Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Scorpio for the month of April, or late March, April, and the sign is Aries and the element is fire, and you, Scorpio, are in your 6th house. So the 6th house governs work, just service. So you may feel really kind of dedicated to your work this month, and service, and just doing, really focusing in on that kind of aspect of your life. Health as well, with the 6th house is very much about health. So the energy is the 7 of Cups. If it looks too good to be true, Scorpio, it probably is. And in fact, it is a Scorpio card. You can see your insignia there. So just be careful. And another thing about the 7 of Cups is you've got these choices of 7 things. You can pick one out of the 7, but you can't have them all. You can have one. So that's sort of very much a human card as well, because we all think we can have it all the time. Well, we can't. We can have some of it all of the time, but not all of it all of the time. So be careful of the illusion this month, Scorpio, and just focus on work, well-being, health, service. Where you are right now, and we have fear for fear's sake. Nothing to be fearful about. Maybe not being able to sleep very well, worried about things that you can't control. Try not to get into your head too much. We're in a fire sign, so we want to move forward. We want action. We want results and positivity. So use your intuition to get yourself out of your head a little bit sometimes and focus there in on your work. The influencer card is the King of Wands. So he's very much the inspirator. I don't think there's a word, but he's very inspirational. He travels, he comes, he goes, he's worldly. He's a person who can just flutter his magic dust all over, but then he's not round long enough. He's very much a person of travel, of means. He sort of brings a lot to the table. He's an interesting character, but he's very inspirational and belonging to the fire sign element too. So he's good in terms of, you know, moving forward, and especially in career, things like that, and service. He can be, his energy can be of a lot of help this month, just to focus on where you're going and keep moving rather than just milling around in your mind with that 9 of Swords there. Let's see what was happening for you in February, March in the background, and still is relevant now. And we have the Knight of Swords, so expect the unexpected. So sudden, abrupt entries of things that disrupt your life or disrupt something, maybe a son or a younger man, or in younger people, a relationship or a person that sort of came in, created a bit of chaos and then left. One of those, very much a Gemini energy, very much of thought and intellect, that sort of thing. He obviously, it can be for positive or negative, but usually he kind of does stir things up a bit. So perhaps if you just felt a bit like that in February, March, well, it was quite a difficult time globally and personally for people. Things just happening out of nowhere, awful things, losing people. Yeah, just very much an energy of, yeah, sort of, what's that word? It's like impromptu, like just done. So quick, but not much forethought put into it, but really wreaked havoc with everyone around. Okay, let's see the recent influences, and we have divine timing. So very much divine timing. Now's the right time to get on with things, focusing on work, focusing on promotions, focusing also on your own well-being. Certain Scorpios I know do a lot of hard work, but they also need to focus on their own well-being as well, which is positive for them, but they are very much people that put their heart and soul into everything that they do. This is very much a far-seeing horizons card. It's a Sagittarian card. It's all about looking out as well, looking out to the horizons, seeing where you're going and what your plan is, basically, Scorpio. But very nice card, actually, and a card of balance. So we want to focus on that balance as well with work and well-being. The lesson you'll be learning and having a bit of a sit back and just watch as well. You know, you can still work hard, but you just kind of have to be more observant at this time. You may be feeling not so 100% at the moment in terms of that, so just slow down a little bit as well with your well-being, you know, and your health. Have a bit of a yeah, just spectate, don't participate too much. You can still get a lot done by, you know, just being sort of taking a step back. You can still achieve, Scorpio. Nice card though. You may be feeling a bit under the weather, but heed the warning signs. Near future we have new news coming in. Very positive news you may have been waiting for. New projects lifting off the ground with speed. A lot of action there. Very good card. Very nice card. Could be children or births coming through. An actual child being born. All that kind of thing that always is very uplifting and very positive. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. Your moral compass, tick, tick. So you use your moral compass to decipher what you're doing. Are you doing too much? Are you doing too little? Knowing Scorpio, you're probably doing too much. Use your moral compass to decipher, you know, where you're at. How does it feel? Is it right or is it wrong for you? Or, you know, you're just burning the candle at both ends. Very much moral compass. How others see you. The devil, so very much temptation there, very much, you know, on that work wheel, I think, too, you know, just being stuck on the, being addicted to work, that kind of thing, being addicted to lots of different things, as we all, everyone's got something that they do too much of that they shouldn't. Maybe it is work. This is very much a Capricorn card, so very much that kind of energy, but never mind. You can always sort of balance it back out against Scorpio. What you're feeling positive about. The 10 of Cups. So the facade that goes on emotionally. Everyone thinks, yeah, they're great, they're lucky. Oh, wow, I'd like to be like that. But they're them. But it's very much, yeah, it's not always the case. It's what goes on emotionally behind the facade. So I think you kind of realise that in your own different ways, Scorpio, and especially given with everything else that we've got here for this month, this 4 weeks. It's very interesting. But, you know, you kind of know about that facade. You're Scorpios, you know what you put out there, and people don't actually know what's behind that because you can be quite secretive. It's just a trait of you. The outcome. And then the sun shines in all the cracks. It illuminates all the different goings on for you. It really does. So it's all about, you know, just really giving things a long, hard look at and sort of seeing where you can sort of balance them out a bit more there, Scorpio. But it's a lovely card too because it's health. It's also about health. It's a yes answer card. It's a well-being card. And it's sort of, it's just a jolly card, but it also does ask you really to look in all the dark corners and brush out the cobwebs. Make sure you're looking at everything, you know, in the cold light of day, you know, with that sun really blazing down and showing up every crack. Okay, the message for Scorpio is wisdom. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. As the Buddha taught, wisdom is the actual means by which we can purify ourselves. Just knowing this brings calmness and then faith, and eventually it brings the truth to the light. There you go. Have a great month, Scorpio. Take the wisdom with you, and I will talk to you in 4 weeks. Thank you for listening.